Welcome, everybody. I am so excited that you would join us tonight for our very special Asea In Touch call. Today is Tuesday, May the 7th, and my name is Karen Riley. I am the Regional Vice President of Sales here at Asea, and I am delighted to be hosting tonight's call with you. We have two very, very special guests tonight that I am so excited to be introducing and sharing tonight's call with. Let me tell you a little bit about what's going to happen tonight. We have the opportunity to come together on a monthly call, the In Touch call. And this is an opportunity for us to share great information about what's happening all around Asea, not only around the globe, but specific to the North America market for Canada and the United States. If this is your first time joining us, I want to welcome you to tonight's call and thank you for taking the time out to be with us. And if you have joined us in the past, welcome back. It's great to see you again. I love to start our calls by sharing our mission statement, because that's exactly what we are doing on tonight's call, fulfilling this incredible mission statement, which is to better people's lives and to be a force for good in the world. None of this is possible without your dedicated efforts. Without all of the opportunities that you take to continue to share this message with these incredible products, this life-changing opportunity, and this culture that just gets better and better every single day. I am excited to tell you a little bit about tonight's call, with starting with our agenda. So we take the opportunity tonight to recognize all of the incredible efforts that are going on around the US and Canada. We also talk about upcoming calls and events to make sure that you know exactly what's going on in your area and in the area where you might have prospects or team members. We love to talk about news and announcements, and of course we love to feature some special guests. Tonight we have two incredible guests for you, and we're actually going to start with some guest interviews. So I'm glad that you're here right at the top of the hour. We are going to be interviewing tonight Scott Eldred, who is the Chief Operating Officer here at Asea. We're also going to be playing for you the new video for Michelle Salt, who is one of our incredible Asea athletes. She is a Paralympic snowboarder, and I can't wait to introduce her, because you guys are just going to go crazy when you learn more about Michelle and what she has done to overcome tragedy and turn it into triumph. But let me tell you a little bit about Scott Aldrin as we get started here tonight. Scott is, he knows all the ins and outs for production here at Asea. He has an in-depth knowledge of how this product is created. He runs not only the operations here at Asea, but that includes associate support, our incredible associate support department, our incredible production facility. And we're going to talk a little bit about what it means to manage this type of operation, specifically focused on the incredible technology that is changing lives around the world. And in fact, is the reason that we have Asea athletes as well. So these two people are perfect for tonight's pairing. So let's get right into it. Scott, I'm going to go ahead and unshare my screen, because I want everybody to be able to see you tonight. I'm going to make sure that we can unmute your line here. Go ahead and turn on your camera if you would for us. There you are. Hey, welcome to tonight's call, Scott.
Thanks, Karen. Good to be here.
We're so excited that you would join us tonight. You are one of the busiest people at Asea. You have, I think I heard at one point you had 40% of the staff that somehow report up through you to make all of this magic happen. Is that right?
That's right. Yeah, we have actually the largest department in the company.
Fantastic. Well, let's start out. Scott, there's so much that happens in the Redox Center, and we love what we have referred to now, not as a production facility, not as a manufacturing facility, but the Redox Center. So what I would love to do is start out by just giving you an opportunity to tell our audience tonight a little bit about you and how you were introduced to Asea and what you love about Asea.
Thanks, Karen. Like I said, it's great to be on the call tonight. It's actually great to be in the United States. I've actually been here for a few weeks for a change. I'm normally someplace other than the United States, but it's great to be on the call tonight. And maybe just a little background on me. My background is manufacturing and distribution, specifically with dietary supplements. And believe it or not, this is my 28th year in manufacturing and distribution. So my Asea story is a little bit different probably than most. And I was highly skeptical. Maybe that's the same as many people that are on this call. When I first took a look at the technology and the product, but I actually began using the product over 7 years ago and knew that there was something different there and was very intrigued by the opportunity. And let's just say we dated for a year and then we decided to get married. And so it's been almost 7 years. It's been great.
That's absolutely incredible. You know, it's so interesting when I look around and see the staff at the corporation at how long we have retained valuable members of the team like yourself. I can think of the companies that I've worked for in the past, and it's just really rare to see people stay at an organization for so long. And I think it's a true testament to what we're doing, and kind of goes back to that mission statement about being a force for good and bettering people's lives. Now, the Redox Center is a hot tour. We offer tours of the facility on Mondays between 9 and 5, and you can come and tour this facility at any time by setting up a tour through sales@aseaglobal.com. And we absolutely love it when people come through the facility. We have seen thousands and thousands of people come through this facility, and it is absolutely one of the most conviction building tools that we have. So let's talk a little bit about the Redox Center. And as well, I want to talk to you a little bit about your team of experts that are at the Redox Center, that create this product, that test the product, that package the product, and talk a little bit about the products that we manufacture there, the technology products.
Yeah, there's actually 2 departments that are in our Redox Center. The first one is anything to do with our production. The second is all of our quality assurance that also includes research and development. So that's probably a fact that's a little bit unknown, that we continue to do research and development on the Redox products and have a live environment to do that. We do have a full-scale lab on site. So we have a biologist that also has a background in genetics that runs our lab. Unbeknownst to most people, we have a PhD in organic chemistry on staff. Dr. Kurt Stickley started with us in February, and we do have a chemical engineer that's on our maintenance team that helps keep the facility running, and just some wonderful people with many years of experience in not just manufacturing, but operating in a very high quality manner. So what a wonderful team I have to work with.
Absolutely. And at the at the Redox Center, we own and protect our technology, which is in the Asea Redox supplement, in the Renew 28, and in the Renew Advanced Serum. Tell us a little bit about the capacity of the facility. How large is the Redox Center? You know, when did this center get up and running?
Yeah, we opened just, it's been almost 6 years ago in this new facility. We've gone through a couple expansions already. We're about almost 50,000 square feet of warehouse and production operations. And we will have another expansion that will begin in September, where we'll gain another 20,000 square feet for operations. A little bit about the technology. As many of you know, this is the only place where redox signaling molecules are produced. They're at the Asea Redox Center. And one thing, Karen, that you and I talked about earlier was the difference between a patent and intellectual property. Some of the process that we use to make Asea Redox is part of a patented process. And then even more than that, a lot of it is we classify it as a trade secret or intellectual property. And so those are things that we don't have to publish, that are simply part of our protocol in making the product on site there. And it's amazing the capacity Right now, we're about 25% capacity. That's 25,000 cases of Asea Redox per week, and that's about 25% of our capacity right now as it stands. We often work 2 or 3 years in the future by specifying equipment that we need to expand the personnel and the space. So we're currently about 3 years ahead of what we're currently selling as far as preparing for capacity. So it's something that we continue to do all the time. Last year we had a 54% increase in production, and we were able to handle that seamlessly. So it's part of the benefit of the corporation of Asea as far as controlling our supply chain. It's really a tremendous advantage.
Oh, absolutely. Not only is it an advantage for us at the center, but it goes a long way in protecting what we have. I hear a lot as I'm traveling in the field about the opportunity that someone else might take with reverse engineering because patents are public. So take a minute and help our audience understand why we are so confident at Asea that this product cannot be reverse engineered.
Yeah, you could probably look at it chemically and discover some ways to produce it. The thing that makes our process very unique is the way we process it. It's definitely unique in that fact. We have some different parts of the equipment that really do make a difference. Part of it is that electrolysis process, and that falls under our intellectual property. So the configuration of the electrodes we use, the material, the surface area, all those things are proprietary to Asea and the production of the Redox supplement. So somebody may be able to figure out how to get to the end point, but in order to get to that point, you'd have to know a lot of things that certainly are not public. Certainly something that we take great pride in protecting and also manufacturing a very high quality product.
Not only great pride, but great lengths, right? There's a reason that there's only one place in the world that these molecules are created. And I know from what I have seen over the last 9 years at the organization, seeing the Redox Center 9 years ago to what it is today, it's absolutely incredible what you and your team have done. One of the things that's so impressive as well with the Redox Center is all the certifications. And I get this question a lot. So I'd love for you to talk a little bit about the certifications. So we are NSF, FDA, Halal, Kosher, and UDAF. And I'd love for you, Scott, to take a minute and talk about all of those certifications, what those processes look like, feel like, and the experience that you guys have gone through to make sure that the center is so protected and operating at optimal efficiency. But I'd also love for you to talk about the difference between an FDA certified production facility and an FDA registered product. So take it away. Talk about the incredible certifications that we have.
Thanks, Karen. An FDA facility where we're actually FDA listed. And what that means is that we are listed as a manufacturer of dietary supplements with the Food and Drug Administration of the United States. There's a full list of regulations that we're required to follow. And by following those, that listing becomes public. So at any time, actually, the FDA can come in and audit our facility. In order to prepare us for those audits, we work through an agency called NSF International. And twice a year, they come in and audit our facility. One audit is 3 days. The other audit is 1 day. And what they do is they make sure we're following all good manufacturing practices as set forth in the Code of Federal Regulations for the production of dietary supplements. This past January, we had our annual audit, and we actually scored such a high score that they're going to not come back and do the second audit, and they're just going to move us to an annual audit. So that's the difference between an FDA product and an FDA facility. This listing is on the facility itself. We also just recently had a kosher audit. So once a year, we actually have a rabbi that comes to the facility and does an audit to make sure that we're following all kosher standards. And then last week, we actually had our halal audit. And the auditor actually made the comment that it was the cleanest facility he ever been in, and he actually compared it to a hospital. So very high praise from an auditor to give us that kind of remark on his official report, but it was just a victory for the quality team at Asea.
Wonderful. I know that that goes a long way in creating that confidence that this facility is so highly audited, but has always passed with flying colors. And in fact, you and I were laughing the other day because you are starting to create a reputation with the Redox Center just in the industry in general. And you go ahead and tell everybody the story that you were telling me about the phone calls that you're starting to get.
Yeah, so we were the first ones to go through this new audit by the NSF International. And so we not only have to meet all dietary supplement standards, we have to meet also all food standards. So it's quite a lengthy process. And so we've actually, because we were the first ones to go through it, the auditor's actually been telling people, if you need to prepare for the audit, you need to call Asea. And so some of our vendors and other folks in the industry, we've actually had conversations with them to prepare them for audits and really kind of our program. And we've often written their standard operating procedures or shared our standard operating procedures with some of our friends in the industry so that they can prepare and have the same quality standards that we do. So really great when they know who we are and they show up and that there's that high level of expectation.
Absolutely. Nothing but the best at Asea. We have always said it and we continue to maintain that. So now that we've talked a little bit about the Redox Center itself and the capacity and the certifications, some people on the call tonight have very little understanding about the process of creating our supplement and this technology. Can you take a few minutes and walk us through at a very elementary level, if you will, and we always like to say, you'll answer any question as long as it doesn't violate proprietary or trademark. So I'd love for you to talk a little bit about just the process itself of ingredients, where we source them, and how we get from A to Asea.
Yeah, how we get from water to Asea Redox.
It's not salt water from Salt Lake City.
That's right. It would be a good story if it was, but that's not really the way it goes. We do use the regular city water from our municipality here in Pleasant Grove. That water is tested, and we often joke if the city water supply wanted to know what was in the water, they would come to us, and we could tell them by the level of testing that we do on the water. So we have to start with municipal water. It goes through a 3-step filtration process. And what we're doing is we're taking all impurities out of the water. And I like to say we're putting water in its most unnatural state, meaning there are no minerals, there are no contaminants, there's nothing. It's straight H2O. And so the thing we're really gonna pay attention to is total dissolved solids. And we're gonna have about 0.03 parts per million of total dissolved solids. So you would never find water like that in nature, but we have to really make sure we start with the same thing every time. The second ingredient, like everyone knows, is sodium chloride, and it's a UPS grade. What that means is United States Pharmacopoeia, and it's tested to a very high standard. So minimum standard is 99.8% sodium chloride, no mineral contaminants. And so we know what we start with. So that's the beginning of the process. We go through that filtration. We go through a mixture with our sodium chloride. And then what's really key to the process is we need to chill. And we chill to a certain temperature before we start electrolysis. And then we hold that temperature through electrolysis. That is what actually stabilizes the molecules so we can fill it and put it in bottles and ship it all over the world. So very high level, but also with that, there's actually 68 quality control points from the time the water comes into our building until we actually finish the redox process. So very highly regulated. We call that calibration, meaning that we know what we make every single time. We test it on site. Each batch receives what we call a certificate of analysis. so that we can make sure that what's on the label, redox signaling molecules, are in the bottle. And then we fill the bottles, we ship them out all over the world. And that's really the most complex part of everything, is making sure everybody has products in 19 different distribution centers globally.
Yeah, 19 different distribution centers is an incredible undertaking. But again, it goes to what Asea wants to do when it comes to protecting this incredible technology process. I was laughing when you said, you know, it's about the chill, and I was like, you know what, nobody better than Scott chill out Aldrin to be running the Redox Center. It's perfect. Now, there's a couple of things that came to mind that I would love for you to touch on as well. One of them is, we hear this a lot, is the pH balance of the product. The other is, you mentioned testing. Now, a lot of people will turn that bottle over and see basically water and salt, and don't recognize the value of that little sticker or the little emblem on the back, which is bioagilitics. So talk first about pH balance, and then if you would touch on how bioagilitics has partnered with us, that would be great.
Yeah, that is probably something that makes the product the most unique, is the pH level of the product. During the manufacturing process, we're constantly monitoring that pH level. When the product is finished, we're probably at about 7.8, but very quickly that drops into what we call a pH neutral range of about 7.3 to 7.5, and that's where the product remains very stable at that pH level. That helps you absorb the product, and that's why if someone was going to try to reverse engineer this, they would have a very difficult time controlling the pH of the product. So something very unique to our product, something that's monitored, tested, it's measured on every batch. We do internal testing, like I talked about. We do external testing to validate our results, and then every quarter we send samples to a laboratory in North Carolina called Bioagilitics. And what they're specifically testing for and certifying is the presence of redox signaling molecules. It's actually a $20,000 fine per label if your label is not accurate. And so when we say there's redox signaling and we put that on the bottle, we need to make sure that that's in the bottle.
Yeah, I think something that gets forgotten is how esteemed Bioagilitics is. Can you talk a little bit about who they are and what they do outside of Asea's certification?
Yeah, so they're a very prestigious lab, and just the fact that they would work with us is somewhat of a miracle, because they're working in the pharmaceutical space, certifying products, doing really high-level research and development. Just the fact that they would take the time and actually have us as a client is really a testament to that they also know that this product is something different. Matter of fact, very few people know this, but they didn't have the ability to even test for redox signaling, and so we had to give them our test protocol so that they could build a test around that and test our product to our standards. It's really, they're great to work with. Like I said, it's highly reputable, and just the fact that they're validating a dietary supplement gives credibility to our product.
I've heard that they are an organization that has PhDs, this incredible experience on staff. I think that that is absolutely amazing that we are partnering with them and that we actually had to write this protocol. You know, when we think about Asea as an organization, not just a product, but what we have been able to do as an organization to kind of broaden healthcare and this laboratory and Dermatest over in Germany, you know, we're bringing such awareness to these organizations. Has that been your experience as you've worked with companies like Bioagilitics and Dermatest? Maybe tell us a story about some of the feedback that they've given as they've become more familiar with these products and this technology.
Yeah, oftentimes when we use an independent lab, they don't get the results they expect because they've never tested a product like this. So it's very eye-opening for them. They'll often ask us questions about the manufacturing process. How are we coming up with this? this product, how we test it, that's a common question. But one of the challenges with having such a unique product, and we see this as we market this product all over the world, is oftentimes foreign governments and their regulatory bodies, they're not sure how to classify Asea Redox. And so that leads to a challenge or two internationally. So being in the United States, we really have a huge advantage because this product has such a long history. People understand what it is from a regulatory standpoint. They know how we test it. We have a long history here. So you're in the best market, and because it's definitely the easiest one to do business here in the U.S.
Yay. You know, Scott, I'm so grateful that you would come on tonight and share a little bit about who you are and your background and more about the Redox Center. It's been really, really great to hear about the capacity and everything that we do to protect this technology and this proprietary process. And again, you know, I hear so often, you know, salt water from Salt Lake City. And you mentioned right as you started that you were a big skeptic, right? How do you feel about the product today?
Well, that's the amazing thing is I can 100% with total conviction tell you that I do take the product every day, 4 ounces in the morning, 4 ounces in the evening, a very active lifestyle. I do know the product works from very personal experience, but I think it helped being skeptical. It helped me to really try to understand the process, to really get involved with the testing, and just shake my head every time I saw those test results and say, this shouldn't be happening. So definitely, I believe in what we do. I think we do have a mission that we can share this product. And the amazing thing is you can meet people all over the world and you can truly change their life. And it's really more of a conviction than I've ever had, more than day one in year 7, something that I truly believe in.
And in fact, your daughter is a big fan of the product, right?
Yeah, she's actually in college now, and she's a track athlete, and has experienced great benefits from it. My whole family uses the product. There's probably not a day that goes by I don't bring product home. That's the advantage of making the product, so I have an unlimited supply. But truly a difference maker, not just in my life, but the life of my family.
Scott, can you imagine going a single day without these products?
I can't, and believe me, I go all over the world, and I have my Asea in the suitcase, so I don't go anywhere without it.
Me too. It's worth checking a bag just so that you can bring your Asea with you. Absolutely. Scott, thank you so much for sharing with us tonight. We're so grateful for everything that you do, for your team. For those that are watching tonight, you know, you manage one of the most important parts of this process with the technology, but I would say that you also oversee the most important part, which is the people that are helping our incredible associates fulfill this mission. So without your team headed by Sandy Mott, without your team there at the Redox Center, I don't know where we would be. So thank you for your tireless hours and work, and please thank your team for all of those that are watching tonight on behalf of everybody. A very grateful corporate team and a very grateful Asea field. Thank you so much for everything you do.
Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. All right. So you guys, we are going to turn our time now to our next very special guest. And I'm going to go ahead and put these slides back up because I want to introduce her and then introduce you to her first via this incredible video that was just put together. It's called an Asea story, and every month we launch and highlight a new Asea story. These stories can be found on our Asea YouTube channel, and already Michelle's video that we just posted a few short weeks ago has been viewed over 1,500 times. So let me tell you a little bit about Michelle Salt. She is a Paralympic snowboarder, and she has been competing at that level for 6 years. She is an incredible person. She's been using Asea for 4 years, and she has a love for Asea Redox, but as well, she loves some of the Renew Advanced products. In fact, her favorite Renew Advanced product is the Advanced Ultra Replenishing Moisturizer. But let me tell you a little bit about Michelle. She has an incredible background in sports competition. So in case I don't want to miss anything, so I'm going to read a couple of things here. So she is a national team athlete for the Canada Snowboard Para Team. She's a 2-time Paralympian. She made history as the first female Canadian Paralympic snowboarder in the 2014 Winter Paralympic Games. She is a 14-time World Cup medalist. 14-time. She's a 3-time para snowboard national champion. She is the national women's wake surfing champion, and she's an incredible ambassador to so many nonprofit organizations. Let me introduce you to Michelle via her video first. So let's take a look at the video that is available to you to send to your team and your prospects, to anybody who's interested in these products that wants to know a little bit more about the athletic benefits. So let's meet Michelle.
I'm Michelle Salt, 33 years old and a Paralympic snowboarder. So June 27, 2011, I was on my motorcycle. It was a beautiful day. I was going up a hill 120 kilometers an hour, and I hit a guardrail. I laid down my bike. This 500-pound machine was pinned on top of me. I hit the guardrail head first. Did cartwheels in the air, hit the guardrail again. Upon impact, I broke almost all of my bones in both my legs, bilateral, compound, tib-fib fractures, my hips, broke my back, shattered my pelvis, my right clavicle, punctured a lung, bruised my spleen. And when I broke my right femur in 2 places, it severed my femoral artery, which is the 2nd largest artery in your body. I was transported by STARS, which is our life flight. I lost 28 units of blood, which is 3 times what my body holds. I went through 5 surgeries and life support for 7 days, in the hospital for 5 months. And of course, my right leg was amputated quite high above the knee. So normally when you sever that artery, because it's such a big artery, you bleed out within 10 to 15 minutes. I lived 23 minutes, but they lost my vitals 3 times. And the 3rd time they lost my vitals, I had a full out-of-body experience. I was looking down at my broken body, knowing that I was in trouble with this horrible gut feeling that I was gonna die. And it was in that moment that all of this strength came to life, and I consciously made the decision to be here today and to live and to say I love you to my family one more time. I wanted to make the most of it, and so I decided very early on, the day after I came off life support, that I was going to be a Paralympian. I knew I needed a goal to get myself through the really tough days, and those days were dark, for sure. But that goal got me out of bed every single day. We all go through something in life, and I often have people say, oh, well, I went through something, but it wasn't nearly as bad as what you went through. Well, that's not true, because we all have trials and tribulations that define us. We all have challenges that make us into resilient, strong people. So never downplay the hard things that you go through. Never compare them to anyone else, because those are your story. That's what defines you. When I first started taking Asea Redox, I noticed that my recovery was a lot quicker. I didn't ache as much. I didn't hurt as much, which allowed me to be more active and to continue to train even when I was getting exhausted. Well, I find that Asea Redox helps me with my recovery, my lactic acids. I don't feel that burn or that ache as much in my body. As well, for me, it gives me energy and that bit of boost that I need in order to, train well and quality training throughout the day. It has allowed me to go from being the very bottom of my category to being a 16-time World Cup medalist. And that's because I have the energy to stay on snow. I have the energy to power through long wait times and, crashes. that normally take me out, put me out of the race. But now I have that recovery needed to get back up and keep going.
Absolutely incredible. First of all, we have to update the website because you're the 16-time champion, not the 14-time. So my apologies, Michelle. Oh my goodness. Michelle, thank you for being here tonight. What an incredible honor it is for me to be sharing this time with you. I know that you have a crazy schedule. You're in the middle of moving. You are just all over the place all the time. You've got speaking engagements that you're doing everywhere. So, oh my goodness, thank you so much for being with us tonight. There you go.
Now you can hear me.
Hi, Michelle.
Yeah, of course. I'm more than happy to be a part of this. Obviously, Asea is very special to me and in my career. So anything I can do to be a part of this is exciting.
You know, I watched that video when we finished shooting it, and I watched it again tonight. I think I've watched that of the 1,500 plus views. I've probably watched it, 50 times. I cannot shake the emotion that comes through in that message about your resiliency. It just gives me the absolute goosebumps. I just am so absolutely impressed. And I want to take a few minutes and introduce you to our audience with really one of the things that struck me as really unbelievable, just like our product, unbelievable. How do you wake up from this experience and set a goal to be a Paralympic athlete? I mean, I can't even begin to imagine what you and your family were feeling at this incredible time in your life. I mean, to turn this type of a tragedy into the triumphs that you've had, how does that happen?
Well, I think you just said it right there, my family. And so when I was in an induced coma and not able to communicate, I had my family obviously by my side for 36 hours. They were told my chances were slim to none, but they held strong. They never had any doubt. And they wanted me to, they knew I wasn't going to remember most things in those 4 days. So they wanted me to at least have some fun. And that was an ICU journal. In that journal, my family talked about how I was going to go on and do big things with my life. My brother had wrote that he could see me wearing one of those fancy legs and being an athlete and winning medals for my country. And so they had this vision for me. And I think with that, when I came off life support and I was told about my leg, it didn't take me very long to recognize the opportunity in front of me and be like, yeah, I'm going to become a Paralympian. This is going to be my goal. When they go through something tough, it's to look forward and have something to work towards. And that was it. I wanted to be a Paralympian. And, everyone thought I was heavily medicated. So they're like, we're going to come back to this. We don't know how we feel about this, but, I didn't let up, and I've had an incredible support system ever since.
Absolutely amazing, incredible. I know that so many of our viewers are going to want to know more about your Asea process. So let's get right into, how did you get involved with Asea?
So I had I asked Terry, a rep that contacted me from the States, and she said, I heard your story, and I'm not sure how she heard my story, but she's like, your story was incredible, and I need to tell you about this product. This product is helping athletes and people all across North America, and not only that, but they support athletes. They have a really great roster of athletes and Team Asea, and I was like, oh, okay. And so I did my research. I heard her testimonial, started looking at other testimonials, and I was, wow, this is an incredible product, and I think this is something that I would love to get behind. And just talking to the team there, the Asea team, it didn't take long for Asea to get behind me either. Incredible people that just wanted to be a part of my journey. And I, at this point, was still last in my category, but Asea saw something in me and said, we want to support you and be a part of your journey and help you get to the podium. And that's exactly what happened.
So how long have you been an Asea athlete?
It's been 4 years. I'm pretty sure it was just after Sochi. Yeah, that I started taking Asea. Yeah.
Amazing. So let's talk a little bit about how you take Asea, your training program. Share with our audience, are you taking Asea every day? How much are you taking? Do you take more during training? And what benefits do you absolutely know are impacted because of this product?
Yeah, so I took a year off to figure out what I wanted to do. So I haven't been training the last year, and I'm actually in the process, and you're all hearing it right here, right now, of retiring from snowboarding and transitioning into wake surfing and potentially a summer sport. I don't know yet. The world is my oyster. And so I've adjusted that within the last year, not training as much. But when I was on snow for 8 hours a day, and then I was also doing a recovery workout after that, I've used to show you guys. So, obviously you've all seen this, but these come everywhere with me, all across the world. And it would take about a quarter, so 60 milliliters before my workout or before I go on snow. And then after I get off snow, I'll take another 60. And then if I know that I'm doing a recovery workout, I'll take another 60 and then another 60 after. So now that I haven't been training as much, there is a recommended dose on the back. So I do dabble with that, and add a little bit as I go. If I'm feeling a bit tired, I'll take a bit more. But yeah, the 60 milliliters twice a day, I think has worked well for me. And when I'm training intensely, it's the 120 twice a day.
Now, for everyone out there, 60 mils is 4 ounces.
Oh, yeah. Canadian, sorry.
No, we love that. We love that. We're super, super grateful that this product is attracting athletes like you. In fact, I was going to ask, were you an athlete before your accident?
Yeah, so I had always been really athletic. I was actually a really great basketball player, and that was going to be my thing. I was, pretty set to go to university with a scholarship, and I always loved snowboarding, and I for whatever reason that didn't work at the basketball, didn't work out, and then I started doing marathons, and then my knees couldn't handle that, so I went to fitness competitions, which ironically saved my life because I was in the best shape of my life. I just finished my first competition a month before, and when I severed my artery, which I talk about a little bit in my video, it kept my heart strong, being in such good shape and having that strong heart from all that cardio I did, and that's what kept me alive.
Absolutely.
So I can attest right now to the healthy lifestyle and being athletic and what it does for you.
Absolutely incredible. Are you still riding a motorcycle?
I ride dirt bikes now.
That's a yes. That's a yes. So from a fellow female motorcycle rider to another, I'm glad that you are still riding, and we're in such great shape that this has been the outcome, because you are impacting lives all over the world with your speaking and your story, and we're so grateful that you're part of Asea. So talk a little bit more about what this product is doing for you.
Yeah, so for me, when I started taking Asea, I was, 3 years, it was 3 years after my accident. And they say that it takes a long time for your body to heal, especially broken bones. And so I found that I had, like my video, I had said in my video, I had more energy and I wasn't in pain as much. But I also noticed pretty quick that I was able to push myself a lot harder on snow and in the gym. I wasn't fatigued as quick. I could keep going. My recovery, and that's so big, is recovery as an athlete in an extreme sport. We're cruising down the hill, racing each other in border cross 2 at a time, now 4 at a time. And I would take bad crashes, like to the point where everyone's like, oh, she's out for the season. And I would get back up and I would keep on going. And, that right there is, I want to say 100% Asea's influence, allowing me to recover and for me to not just recover after crashes, but to also allow me to push harder in the gym so that I do have more muscle mass, so that I am in good shape in order to walk away from crashes like that, often people thought, yeah, she's done.
Amazing. I know that, there's so many of us watching and listening tonight, myself included. We are not the world-class athlete that you are, but our bodies are so intricate and so complex. But what's so beautiful about this product is our bodies know exactly what to do with it. The body knows exactly how to heal itself, exactly how to keep you getting up from those crashes. And this product has been so amazing with our athletes. We have athletes all over the world taking this product. What I love also about your partnership with Asea is you actually are using multiple Asea products.
Yeah, I love
products you're using.
Yeah, so I love the skincare line. Oh, it's so amazing. I find that, for the first time in a long time, like my skin is clear and it's got shine to it. The moisturizer for me has been huge because I have, a residual limb that tends to get quite dry because it's in this neoprene liner all the time. And that's how you get sores. And I haven't had to worry about that. I also talked about this at the conference. I had really bad burns. I went to go roll over my dirt bike, and I ended up, my knee gave out and I fell onto my exhaust. And so I had very bad burn. And so, just threw some Asea on there and look how well it's healed. And that was quick too. It got badly infected and yeah. Now it's great. I also use the moisturizers for my tattoos, which to me is there's meaning behind all of these tattoos, and to be able to show them off and still have that glow that's not just on my face but also on my skin too. I love it.
I love the ink, girl. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I love your ink. One of the things that I have found so remarkable about our Asea athletic program is the caliber of athletes like yourself that the company continues to attract. And this program is not just about athletes and endurance and recovery, but for you to be sharing your story and have had the resiliency, I think that's one of the things that I would love for you to maybe share as we kind of shift gears from athletic to really what would you tell someone that is going through a rough time? Because in your video, you say something that's so beautiful. You just say, never compare yourself or your situation to someone else's. Will you expand on that a little bit? Because at Asea, embracing the struggle is how we become better people. Talk a little bit about why you feel so deeply in that sentiment, in that process.
Well, so people often think that my story started when I hit a guardrail going 120 kilometers an hour. The truth is my life has had a lot of trials. The death of my business partner, a divorce at a very young age. And, it all kind of adds up to who I am now as a person, and that strength and resiliency. And when we go through these tough times, it tends to bring us down, and it's tough to see that light at the end of the tunnel. But, for me, I just kept saying, like, this is my second chance. I can't take this for granted. This is my story. These are the things that are going to make me stronger. And we all have those things. Whether, we see these stories, like something like mine. Well, mine is extreme. This does not happen very often, right? But we all have our tough times. And we have to recognize that and appreciate that we're getting through those. You know, one of my favorite quotes that I like to tell people is that there's a lot of fulfillment and gratitude that comes out of pushing when you're at your lowest and trying your hardest when you're at your absolute lowest. You know, when you feel your worst and you try your hardest, that's when you gain the most.
I couldn't agree more. You said that so beautifully. I have to make a quick correction. 60 mils is 2.2 ounces. Sorry for the error in my conversion. Math is hard. I was trying to do that in my head really fast. So let me ask you this. Can you even imagine going a day without Asea?
No, that would be a bad day. You know, I've set some new goals for myself now that I'm retiring from snowboarding, and I'm really excited. And this is actually what's giving me the motivation to work towards this new goal. I want to do another fitness competition. I did one after my accident, and it was very tough. I didn't have the motivation to go in the gym. I couldn't push through that burn. I really couldn't. So now that I have this tool, this fantastic tool, I'm like, oh, I'm going to get back on that stage. And I want to be in the top, when it comes to fitness competitions, like the top 5 is where you want to be. I want to be in the top 5, and with or without missing a leg, you know, like I'm not going to let that hinder me at all. And I know that I have this to get me in the gym, help me recover, and be at my absolute best.
Yeah, I don't think there's much that's ever going to hinder you, Michelle. I can't imagine you setting a goal that you don't meet. If our Asea associates and family want to follow you on social media, how can they do that?
Yeah, so I'm very active on my social media. It's a huge part of my life because I absolutely love, you know, following other people's stories, and I really appreciate when people take the time to follow my journey. My Instagram is just, you can easily look up my name, Michelle Salt, or Para Shredder is my Instagram handle. And I'm quite active on my athlete Facebook page as well, which is just Michelle Salt, and you'll see it as a page, athlete page. Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, you guys, we want to follow Michelle. We want to follow everything that she's doing. We want to drop those little supportive notes to her as often as possible. But you know what? Very selfishly, Michelle, you are very active on social media, and you have so many great posts about Asea and our organization. And I just am so excited for our family to be able to follow you and just be that extra supportive family like you mentioned in the beginning, because there are so many people that absolutely are astonished and amazed at what you've been able to accomplish and inspired, right? I'm inspired. I have the goosebumps right now just having the opportunity to share this time with you. So, you know, we're going to wrap up our time together, and I just want to give you an opportunity to just share maybe any last thoughts you have with our Asea family tonight.
Well, and that's exactly it, family, right? So I want to say thank you to all of you for, you know, being a family and working together to share this amazing product with the rest of the world. And it's been a great family to be a part of. And I, like you said, I can't imagine, you know, not having Asea in my life.
Yeah, Asea is not just a product, it's a way of life. And we're so grateful that you've partnered with us. We wish you all the very best in all of your goals. And I know that we're going to see you again at great events at Asea in the Asea future. So thank you again so much. I know that you have just the craziest schedule. The time tonight has been an absolute honor for me. I appreciate everything that you do for us and everything you do to spread this inspiration around the world. So have a great night. Get some rest. I know you have a big day tomorrow. We'll be following you closely on social media. Thanks so much. Okay, you guys, we are going to keep going with our incredible call tonight. It's been so amazing to share the stage with Scott Aldrin and with Michelle Salt. We want to thank them. We also want to get into some recognition on the incredible activities that have been happening around the US and Canada in the last month. So we want to take a moment and congratulate everyone who rank advanced last month in the month of April to Director 300, Director 700, Bronze Executive, and Silver Executive. Those are incredible accomplishments that are not easily achieved, but when you embrace the struggle, as Michelle has said, the success is incredible. We want to give special congratulations to those who advanced to gold and above. So congratulations to Shalimar Rain in Canada, Jacqueline Yagi in the United States, Jerry and Julie Metheny in the US, and Joey McPhillips also in the US. It's been an absolute thrill to get to know these new gold executives as they have been joining in on the Emerging Leader call that I host every month with golds and platinums. They are amazing, amazing people. We also have a brand new triple diamond here in the United States. Congratulations to Global Free Store Com Inc. You know, none of the mission statement, our vision statement, or our values are going to be shared without your efforts. Every month we'd like to take an opportunity and recognize the top 10 for the month previous. So let's take a moment and recognize our top 10 North America enrollers. These are the folks that enrolled the most personally sponsored people in the month of, actually that should say April. So this is an incredible list. Now this group of people represent a total of 106 enrollments between them. And I love this list of names associated with their ranks, because you can see Director 300s, golds, platinums, triple diamonds, Cindy and Bill Buck out there leading by example. Absolutely love it. Congratulations to all of you. Now, if you recognize a name on this list, give them a shout out. Find them on Facebook, find them on Instagram, send them an email, shoot them a text message, give them lots and lots of love, and find out what they're doing and why they're so excited to get things moving in their businesses. We also want to congratulate our North America Top 10 Auto Ship All-Stars. Now, this group of people has the most personally sponsored associates or preferred customers with the most successful auto ships. Again, sorry about that typo, it's supposed to be in April. But congratulations to this incredible list of people that are making sure they follow up and touch base with their personal enrolled associates and customers, keeping them engaged in this auto ship process every single month. So again, if you know somebody on this list, reach out, congratulate them, find out how they talk to, follow up with, and help people get through the process of really being committed to the auto ship program. We're so grateful. Now, here's an incredible list of emerging leaders. So this is a group of people who are between bronze and platinum that have had the most rank advancements from director to platinum in their organization. So again, look at this incredible list. We've got, we've got people that have even advanced through these ranks. So we've got golds and bronzes, silvers, director 700s. We've got diamonds on this list, because when you are working to help others achieve their goals, you automatically propel yourself into reaching your goals as well. Now, this is an incredible list of names. Now, pay attention here, because this group of 10 people, this is the top 10 executive momentum pool earners for last month. This is an incredible part of our compensation program, something I've not seen done in the industry. This is a global pool that they participate in, earning shares every single week that they are paid at the bronze, silver, gold, and platinum ranks. Now, this group of people last month earned a combined total of over $30,000 and contributed almost $50,000 in volume. So it's absolutely amazing what happened last month, and we're so excited that they're taking full advantage of this incredible compensation plan that does as much to change a life as these incredible molecules do. We also have a program here that's near and dear to my heart, the Fast Forward. So let's take a moment for you, for those of you who aren't familiar with this, and I'll tell you what you get when you complete a Fast Forward. You get 25 Renew 28 samples, you get 100 loyalty reward points, and you earn $160 minimum in the Fast Start bonus. Now, the Fast Start bonus, of course, is part of our regular compensation plan. But when you add all of this up and the value that this is, it's over $400 in cash and products. Now, how do you do a Fast Forward? Well, very simply, you enroll 4 new associates or preferred customers with a combined total of 800 promotional points. Promotional point is volume. So when you enroll 4 new preferred customers or associates and they have 800 combined volume points at enrollment, you have done a Fast Forward, and you have to do it in 14 days. So we have an incredible list of April achievers. And again, I want to call your attention. You know, there's nothing more valuable when somebody reaches out and congratulates you for an accomplishment that you didn't know they were aware of, right? Just that extra little boost like Michelle was talking about earlier. You know, when your family rallies around you, clearly there's nothing you cannot do. So congratulations to our April achievers in the Fast Forward program. We want to give a special thank you to our top Fast Forward earners in April. These are the names of the folks that have completed multiple Fast Forwards in the month. So Rejan Meret, Icu's Positive News Network, Dr. Tina Wang, Zing Star Health, QQ Wholesale, and Shalimar Rain. Now, of course, it's no surprise to see people like Shalimar on this list who are just advancing through the ranks. And I had an opportunity last weekend to sit down and have dinner with Rejan in Montreal. And it was an absolutely incredible opportunity to learn more about how they are talking about the products, how they are leveraging the tools like Fast Forward to build their business, and how those little sample tubes are making a big difference in getting Fast Forwards accomplished. Now, we also have an extension to our Fast Forward program called the Fast Forward Plus. To do a Fast Forward Plus, you enroll 8 new people, associates or pre-Cs, and they have a combined volume of 1,200 promotional points, but it's the same 14 days. So we have an incredible list of folks who did Fast Forward Plus in April. So congratulations to Icu's Positive News Network, Kathy Bontrager, Trisha Olson right here in Utah, Peter Marinakis, Lynette Lamore, and James Gabriel. Congratulations on completing a Fast Forward Plus. I also want to just wrap up and congratulate everybody who participated in the Director Builder Bonus. It was an absolutely incredible opportunity over the last couple of months. It was launched in January. It ended in the middle of April. This was an opportunity to earn an additional $50 every time you helped someone become a director and earn their director bonus. So this is an incredible list of folks who really took advantage of it. If you know someone on this list, again, please reach out and congratulate them for their incredible efforts on helping others earn their director bonus. And this is a list of those who helped others achieve it as well. This list is so big, I'm sorry, the font is so tiny, but absolutely incredible efforts all over the US and Canada. Thank you so much for participating in this incredible program. All right, one of the things that we love to do on these calls is make sure you know what's going on, when, and where, so that you can promote and attend yourself, but you can get as many team members and as many people interested in this opportunity and these products on these very, very important calls. In January, we said that Asea was taking over Tuesday nights, and we have done it. Next Tuesday is the second Tuesday of the month, and the Senior Product Marketing Manager, Katie McCullum, and I will be doing an Asea Via product training. Very, very excited about that. I absolutely love our incredible nutritional line, and Katie is going to help us understand why these nutritionals are rising above the noise in the supplement world, why our patented BioVia process helps you absorb the incredible whole food nutrients in these products. And then the third Tuesday of every month is dedicated to hearing a leadership message from our senior executive team. And I am excited to announce that the third Tuesday of this month, which is May 21st, is our executive leadership message by one of my mentors and dear, dear friends, Senior VP of Global Sales, Justin Wilson. So again, just to reiterate, The first Tuesday of the month at 7 p.m. is the In Touch call. The second Tuesday is a product training call. Those calls rotate between Asea Redox, Asea Via, and Renew Advanced. This upcoming Tuesday is going to be focused on Via. And then the third Tuesday of every month is the leadership message. And we rotate through senior executives who share incredible messages, not just about leadership from their perspective, but you get to know who they are as individuals. And for me, it's an incredible opportunity to connect with who is steering this incredible ship that grew 51% last year. So we have some more incredible events happening around the country that I want to make sure that you're aware of. May 18th, we are going to be in Pinehurst, North Carolina. Katie and I are excited to be spending Friday at a very special Advancing Life charity golf tournament. And then on Saturday, we will be hosting this incredible day with just amazing leadership and training and an opportunity to introduce new people to this incredible culture that we have. So that is from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. is at the Pinehurst Golf Clubhouse. And for further details, you can check your Asea virtual office calendar. Now, I want to make sure that this is also on your calendar, June 29th at the Embassy Suites by Hilton in Dallas, Frisco at the Convention Center and Spa, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tyler Norton, our incredible founder, is going to be joining us there at that event. So you do not want to miss either of these experiences. So please make sure that you get all of the details from the virtual office calendar and make sure that you are spreading the news and getting as many people to these events so that they are exposed firsthand to our products, our opportunity, and our culture. Now, as we wrap up, I want to make sure that you know about a very, very special convention announcement. So I don't want to give away too much, but I'm going to tell you that this announcement on May 28th at 7 p.m., you are going to learn how you can earn cash towards convention. You're going to earn convention store credits. You're going to have an opportunity to get hotel suite upgrades. You're going to have an opportunity to get VIP seating at the event. Big, big promotion that we are going to be launching. So you want to join us at 7 p.m. Mountain Time on May 28th. And all of these calls, the first Tuesday, second Tuesday, third Tuesday, and now the fourth Tuesday in May, they're all at 7 o'clock Mountain Time. They're all available for you to join us at aseaintouch.com. So as we wrap up, of course, we want to make sure that you put the next In Touch call on your calendars. That is going to be Tuesday, June the 4th, 7 p.m. We have great special guests. We're doing more announcements, more recognition. And I always love to close our In Touch calls by stating this most favorite quote by our incredible founder, Bertus Norton. We are all at the start of something big with great purpose. And right now is the moment that we begin influencing the future. We can change the world. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I hope that you loved as much as I did hearing from Scott Aldrin, from Michelle Salt. And this call will be posted for you to listen to again or send out to your team members or prospects who weren't able to join us tonight. You can find this call in the next 48 hours on the Asea YouTube channel. So I will say Asea later, and thanks for all that you do. Good night, everybody.